First move, Computer 1. Draw card. Begin duel. Computer 1. Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
Stonewing Dwarf will kick this one off. And this game and the game next week are a couple of extra games which I recorded a couple of weeks ago when, if people recall, I was a little bit ill. Didn't have COVID or anything like that, I was all tested, but I just had a bit of a cold and commentating was literally impossible due to me coughing every 5 seconds, so a couple of extra games was recorded, and I quite like them, so I didn't want to throw them away. Here we go. So, we started off with a Stonewing Dwarf, we got a retaliation with a White Cubic. Well, there's our soldier. It's going to attempt its luck against the dodge, and it succeeds.
Behold my power.
Yeah, these were a couple of games with the starter set, I should add, so that's why there's a cubic in here randomly.
Computer 2. Draw card. Mana charge.
I've still got a bit of that cough, but
Mana release.
oh well, this is what it is.
Summon.
Elven Berserker Maiden. Very solid card. I mean, look at that. 2 cost, 5 health on its home element, 1 damage. When you take it down to 1 health, it
Mana release.
gets a damage bonus. But like in Rage,
Summon.
you can't knock that card at all. Unless, of course, you do this.
Attack.
This is the ultimate way to cuck them.
Go!
Elven Archeress. If they attack their target and do not kill it, they rotate it 180 degrees.
Unlocked.
So now those elves are facing off the board. And if you want to rotate them, it's going to cost you 2 mana each rotation.
Card.
Yeah,
Mana charge.
not the greatest.
Mana release.
On the plus side,
Summon.
2 of the creatures on Computer 1's is not on its home element, so they've just got 2 health. We have a tank, sir! You wish to park your Stonewing Dwarf here? I say no, sir! Get lost, sir! This is a no parking zone, sir!
Mana charge.
Yeah, they're pretty disgusting creatures to now get rid of. Although there are blind spots facing both of them, so
Mana release.
there's a way out. 3 cost.
Summon.
That's a great way of getting rid of things. Venom Assassin on its home element, 5/2
Attack.
for a 3 cost. But of course it always, well, 90% of the time does more damage, because it always hits the rear of its target. So there's a 3 off. And he will only cost 2 to reactivate next turn, so, or in a future turns, to get rid of that.
Mana release. Summon.
Hellfire Spitter. Going for a casual hit onto the rear of these.
Attack.
There's our foot soldiers, and we'll get a bonus damage for doing it. Two downsides of the Spitter in that position. One, it's now just killed one of the creatures that was blocking it in. And
Charge.
2, it's got a tank that can shoot at it if provoked.
Computer 1. Draw card.
And it's only on 1 health.
Mana charge. Mana release. Attack.
I mean, that is kind of the smart play. There's only one tank, get rid of it. At least I think there's only one in the starter set. I can't remember. It's a while.
Mana
It's been a while. We are dead, sir! Oh well.
Mana release. Summon.
Retaliate with Zone Berserker Maidens, which are going to also spank these Elfire Spitters, but Elfire Spitters being what they are will get the first hit. So even if they are on 1 health and they die after a turn or two, they've already dealt a couple of damage. They're just a pain in the arse. Good value. And you only cost 1 summon them, so he basically gets that summon back.
Mana charge. Computer 2.
2/1's creatures on the right side of the board, really not difficult to deal with. 2/1s. You just want to make sure, like I say, that you kill the elves straight out and not take them down to 1. Beguiling Fog, used by Computer 2 on. The elves rotate them 180 degrees.
Mana release.
Blind Spot now facing that square.
Summon.
And in comes Stonewing Dwarf. Gonna get a bonus for hitting a blind spot, which will be enough.
I did what I could.
Mana charge. Computer 1. Draw card.
Now then,
Mana charge. Mana release.
ooh, that was expensive.
Summon.
Yeah, that was expensive.
Attack.
Big, shiny, punchy thing. He's angry. So long to the dwarf. And the elves are taken down to 1. They are now going to buff themselves. So they now hit for 2 more damage than they were. And they have dodge. They're still facing off the board. Good thing to remember.
Computer 2. Draw card.
Even if he does want to use them, he's got to pay to rotate them. Beguiling Fog. Who's this targeting? Computer 1's elves are being rotated to face the Taurus Monolith.
Mana release.
And he's now going to summon to hit their back. More Hellfire Spitters, the second of the pair. Computer 2.
Attack.
Blind spot open. 2 damage, no enrage for you.
Mana charge. Computer 1. Draw card. Mana charge. Mana release.
Oh, very strong disparity of lead here.
Summon.
Great spirits protect me. I still have
Of an Archeress covering centre lane. I mean, look at Computer 2's creatures. 1 health and 3 damage, 1 health and 1 damage.
Mana charge.
And then Computer 1's is 5 and 2, 6 and 3, 4 and 1. Holy shit. This should even it up from Computer 2's perspective. Well, on the number of creatures basis anyway. Creatures of Goli flip the elemental field to its other side, which is opposite of wood. -2 health because you've lost your
Mana charge.
field matching bonus, and -2 for being stood on the opposite element of Earth. Goodbye.
Mana release.
And then we'll claim that Earth spot with
Summon.
Seoulin Fortress. That's a bit tankier. And it's providing 2 protection to those.
Computer 1. Draw card.
2 protection to some creatures which have 1 health and dodge. And they now hit for 3.
Summon.
That's not bad. Not going to do anything about Taurus Monolith. No, it's just there. Twin Goblins!
Attack.
Have been summoned and they're going to take an attack on the Hellfire Spitters, but not before receiving some themselves. But because Goblins hit in both directions, the Taurus Monolith is going to get its ankle scratched. Literally. But it's a tanky bugger, it can take it.
Mana charge.
It's still got 5 health, for God's sake. And that gets rid of the Spitter. There's no Spitters left for Computer 2, I believe.
Mana charge. Mana release.
Oh, excuse me. Anyway, an assassin facing the goblins gets 2 protection from the fortress.
Attack.
It's not going to get a bonus for hitting the rear of the target because they don't have one. But it doesn't need it. Plus the 1 damage dealt by the Hellfire Spitter was enough to bring it down to getting 1 shot.
Computer 1.
Now the health of creatures has shifted.
Mana charge.
I have a Computer 2 here just because it's got protection on its side.
Summon.
That could be easily removed by a earthquake on the Seoulin Fortress's field, but no, we're going to bring in Computer 1's Seoulin Fortress and buff its Venom Assassin.
Charge. Mana release.
Pay to rotate the elves,
Computer 1.
and then we'll just call it quits there.
Mana charge. Mana release. Summon.
Meanwhile, here's the other tank, which is not going to do anything, but it has got the buff bonus, though that is a pretty terrifying tank.
Computer 2. Draw card.
And it has itself in check, and I don't think there's a way out of this.
Mana release.
Healing Shower, cast by Computer 2. This is pretty much a desperation play.
Mana release.
And all it did was heal the
Summon.
fortress. Plus there was no other creatures on matching elements for Computer 2. Baton Ice Guards just being summoned to face into the centre. It's basically riding on the hope that Computer 1 cannot summon,
Draw card.
because it's only going to have 2 mana,
Mana charge. Mana release.
and it can.
Summon.
Giant Axe Dwarf going to finish it off, just facing the Monolith, and GG.
Computer 1 wins.